Hi y'all, I just went to CVS, which means I got my meds. But for real, what I'm actually here for is, well, first let me introduce myself. My name is Brandy LM. A lot of you probably follow me because I'm a musician, and I still am, but I'm also a person too. So I work with students who love sensory play items during the day, and I also sell on eBay. But since I went to CVS, I happened to pass a little Halloween section. I figured it was just Halloween candy or something, but it wound up being a lot of items that I think my students would like. So I'm gonna go through them and tell you which ones were bops and which ones were flops, because they were in a box and I couldn't tell at first what they would be like. So let's start with a classic. These little poppers. I mean, all they have to do is work and they will keep your child entertained for a while. I remember these growing up as a kid, so let's check it out and see if Mr. Ghost does his job. All right, they will be entertained. That one is a bop. Next, so I said sensory play items, so items that feel good. This one is, I think it would be such a great stress reliever. I didn't get to feel it before I bought it, but I don't know what's in here, but it feels like silky smooth, and my student loves to be able to look inside of the toys, so I know that this one is also a bop. On that same subject, I got a lot of squishy toys, okay? We have, this one I was actually able to, oh no. Okay, so I'll come back to that, but this one is a little jack-o'-lantern. It's filled with air and then these little styrofoam balls. So if you rub it around, it has texture, and then if you squeeze it, obviously it's squishy. And I didn't know, but if you hit it, it lights up. So I was gonna say bop because it has different textures, it's cute, and it had the bonus of lighting up when I didn't know it was going to. But I see styrofoam beads on the outside already. So that's not a good idea. These are very Dollar Tree-esque items. And I paid a lot more than $1. I paid $30 for all these together, which is ridiculous, but that's what happens when you go to CVS. So this one's boppish, floppish, not sure. The next squishy toy I have is this little guy, which I thought was just a stuffed animal, and the students I work with, I'm like, they have so many stuffed animals, they don't need another stuffed animal, and they have favorite stuffed animals, so, you know, they already have that covered. This is a werewolf, but when I took a look a little bit closer, you squeeze them and his brains pop out, and there's these little plastic beads, which I love because if it does get broken, which often happens, it's not going to make I mean, there will be beads everywhere, but it's not going to be like a jelly mess. And you get the soft fur, the texture of the soft fur. You can kind of bounce it. You can hold it in your hands like a little friend, and you get the squishy effect. So I would say this one is a bop. Next, I got this. This is all Spooky Village stuff, which I guess is a brand of CVS. Spooky Village slime UFO, and it looks like you would put the slime in and you would squeeze it and it would pop out and go back in, kind of like, do you remember those little squishy animals that you would squeeze and a little poop would pop out their butt, or an egg if it was a chicken, but it would go back in? That's what I thought this was, but this is just slime and it's very liquidy. If you squeeze it, here's what happens. Oh, okay, hold on, maybe it's doing what it's supposed to. Well, how do you, yeah, so the whole thing comes out, and where did it go? Oh, it's in the box. Hold on. I have to show you. It didn't even all come out when I was trying to put it in the alien. I had to put it in myself, and it's basically like if you take Jell-O and you don't leave it in the fridge long enough. And this is not a good item for students because it's messy, it's gonna go everywhere. This is gonna be, I might let them play with it on a tray one time, but then it's gonna go in the trash, and this was like $4. So, oh, okay, if you squeeze it, it goes back in. That's one plus, but I'm still saying this one is a flop. Finally, I come to my last item, and this one we're gonna have to go to the basement for. But first I'll show it to you. So it's like an old school projector. It comes with 3 different groups of slides. One of them is already in there. You put it in by pulling this down. Sorry, I realized it wasn't even on camera. And then you slip the projector out. It's supposed to be a flashlight, so when you turn it on, it projects. And I was really iffy on this one because I was like, is it really gonna show up? But let's put this back in here and test it. As you can see, it's not totally dark. I'm just standing at the top of my basement stairs, but let's see. Wow, what is that? Okay, I can't tell what that is, but it is projecting something. A ghost, a jack-o'-lantern, oh, that's the devil. He's got a devil's tail. Bat, skull. All right, this is working, and there are multiple slides that come with it. So I would say this one is a bop. So if you happen to be at CVS and see these toys and have kids or work with kids or kids that like sensory toys, bop. If it's not broken, bop, bop, several bops, definite bop, and a flop. Don't buy this one. Thanks for watching.